Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with our very first edition of the Matrix Weekly Business Evolution Report. In these reports, we will be reporting to you what the planetary movements are creating thematically in not only our personal lives, but most importantly in our businesses. Just like with your own personal astrology and your own personal evolutionary themes in your life, the planets seek to serve us by helping us and supporting us bring out the fullest expression of who we are. Business is, of course, not just a place where you go to make money. For most of us, it's also a place where we seek to express the depth of our hearts and our spirits and the quantity and the quality of love that we have for the world. You're in business because you have a purpose and a mission and you feel it and it wakes you up at night and hopefully it excites you and gives you a deep desire to activate everything you do in your business so that you can do what you came here to do and help the world. So when we look at these weekly celestial reports, we're really looking at what do you need to be doing in your business, in the dreaming creative aspect of your business? What do you need to be doing with your marketing? What are some good focus areas for you each week that will help you maximize the celestial weather for your own benefit and will help you really make the most of the work and the love and the commitment and the energy that you're putting into your business? We're doing this week starting on a new moon. The new moon is in an energy or an archetype called the 13 in human design. The gate 13 is the archetype of the listener. It's also an archetype of someone who listens ultimately for the sake of being able to retell a story in such a way that it gives direction. And for most of us in business, that's exactly what we're doing. We are listening to our client base, right? We're listening to the needs of our clients, the stories that our clients are telling about themselves, their pain, their needs. And from that listening, we are crafting for our clients a new story, a better story perhaps than what they're living right now. And we are giving them the tools, whether it's through healing, whether it's through writing, whether it's through speaking, whether it's through creating products or processes. We're giving our clients a way for them to actually begin to capitalize on and maximize the expression of an empowered new story in their life. We do with our work, we are able to help people turn points of pain into points of value. We give people the capacity and the power to reframe their stories so that they can take their life in a direction that better serves the truth of who they are. That's, again, what most of us are doing. Even if you're manufacturing a product, your product is giving your client something that's resolving some kind of pain, some kind of old story, and giving them a different story to think about, a different way to engage with their energy, with who they are in the world. So this week we're being invited by the planets in the business arena to explore, first of all, what do our clients need and want? What stories are our clients holding? How can we better engage as listeners, as witnesses to our client's story so that we can ultimately be of greater service? This is so powerful because not only is this really cool to do in this particular week because the sun energy supports us in this is something we actually should be doing on a really daily basis in our business. One of the biggest mistakes that I see business people make is we get so in love with what we're doing, so in love with the service that we have or the message that we have to bring, that we forget to listen to where our clients are at, to where our listeners are at, to what our clients need and want. And even though sometimes we're afraid that if we have to meet the needs of our clients, it means we have to water down our message or we have to change it. You don't actually have to change the message, but you have to make sure that the way in which you are listening and what you are creating in response to that listening meets the needs of your clients, because ultimately that's why you're in business. You're not in business to be in love with your own product. You're in business to be of service. And we can't be of service as providers if we're not listening first. The second place that I really want to encourage you to explore on a business front is this. And this one's a little bit more personal. What stories are you holding about yourself, your work, your worthiness, what you're contributing to the world that might be setting the tone for what you're willing to allow yourself to receive in your own business? One of the things that I see so commonly in business is that when you struggle to close a sale, or you struggle to make the sales, or you're really having a hard time promoting or sharing your work, a lot of times that's happening not because your product isn't amazing, not because you don't have the right platform or the right little, doohickey wing ding thing you want to, that's the latest trend du jour in marketing. You don't actually need all of that to be a business success. But what you do need is a story about who you are in the realm of business that holds your value. When we compromise on our value, when we tell stories about who we are that are not aligned with the value of who we are, when we don't understand or recognize the value of our product and our service, we tend to do things like undercharge, fail to close the sale. We are hesitant to even talk about the fees that we charge. You might even find that as soon as you start to approach the conversation about fee or your pricing with a client, that you start to immediately backpedal on it and you almost apologize for offering a fee for the service that you're providing, especially if you're in what I would call a heart-based service business. We tend to equate heart-based service business or spiritual business as being something that we need to divorce from finances. Here's the bottom line. Your value and the value you hold around your work and your business is the important part of what makes you sustainable in your business. If you're compromising on that value, if you're not charging enough, if you're not standing in your value, if you're failing to have the sales conversation, if you're hesitant to talk about your fees and your service and you don't want to do it because it feels icky or gross or you think you're being a used car salesman, if you're not having those conversations, it's not really about the price. It's about you not standing strongly enough in your value in order for you to confer value upon yourself so that you can stay sustainable in your mission, in your business, in your purpose. Not only that, your clients won't get as much value out of the exchange of energy if you've compromised on the price or you're bartering or you're not charging what you really want to be charging. First of all, you're going to possibly show up resentful. Okay? And that's not a good energy to do anything with. Secondly, your client's not going to see the value because you are not holding the value, and they might not get as much value out of what you could offer them because the energy dynamics are totally upside down. So this week, with this energy that's transiting, especially because we're doing this work this week with the beginning of a new moon on February the 4th, moving into a brand new creative quarter in the Human Design New Year, when you are working with this energy this week, it's setting you up to begin to plant the seeds for the rest of this creative cycle, this springtime cycle, so to speak, that allows you to deepen your own sense of value, to change the nature of the stories you might be holding for yourself that are keeping you maybe less than receiving what you want. You're going to be changing the nature of how you structure your business so that not only are you conferring more value upon yourself and your services and giving your clients ultimately because of that greater value, you're also making it so that you can be sustainable in your business. One of the biggest things, and I talked about this last week on the Matrix show, that I see that disrupts the success of a business is lack of vitality or burnout. If you don't create enough funding and enough energy coming back at you in your business, and the value piece is really the key that holds that all together. If you're not holding that value and you're not seeing yourself as valuable enough to receive that support back from your business, you're not going to be able to do the things you need to do to sustain your energy, like take a day off, or maybe even a couple of days, God forbid, right? Or go invest in some help, somebody who can maybe run the day-to-day aspects of your business that you are struggling to get done on top of being the visionary leader of your business. When you stand in that value, you create greater results for your clients. You create greater flow of energy for yourself. You show up better and you stay sustainable and vital. So explore this week. What stories are you holding about your own value, your own willingness to receive what you want and need in your business? And pay attention, listen carefully to your clients this week. Really, what are their stories? What is their pain? What language are they using? And how can you perhaps change the way you talk about what you have to offer to best meet the needs of what your clients are seeking? That's it. That's our first Human Design Business Evolution Report. Thank you for joining me. If you want to get more information about how you can maximize your business, how you can learn to take your soul-based business out into the world and make that impact you're longing to make in a community of people who support you, check out our virtual co-working space, thematrix.world, and find out how you can join this powerful community and learn what you need to learn. Be with the people who will support you and lift you up. Get the coaching, get the love you need, get the value you deserve to support yourself in growing your business, increasing your impact, and helping making the world a better place. Talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening. Want even more of Karen and Michelle? Don't forget to subscribe and head on over to thematrix.world to join our growing virtual co-working community for even more amazing content and coaching.